Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to delectable desserts, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico to your table. And now, we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. And let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal, authentic Mexican food made with love.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot Debit Card. For each swipe of your Mascot Debit Card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your Mascot Debit Card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Welcome into another one of our Sports Central, brought to you by Harrison County Community Hospital. We thank you for tuning in, and today we get South Harrison varsity wrestling coach Kasey McFall. And Coach, since we last talked, you went to conference, and maybe talk about that meet, because your team did pretty well at conference. I think it was, down in Brookfield for GRC?
Yep, it was down in Brookfield, and yeah, we did pretty well. We had several conference champs. For the boys, we had Ethan Smith at 175, Cray 215, and Ruger Johnson at heavyweight. I don't think I'm missing any other boy conference champs. And then girls, Serena Lurton and Amber Criley both came home with gold there. So yeah, it was a great tournament. The kids wrestled hard. Some of those brackets were loaded with kids that have medaled at state the previous year, and I think one bracket had 3 kids, all 3 state medalists, and one of them, 2-time state champs. So really, really good quality tournament with a lot of quality kids.
Yeah, and we've talked about before the level of the GRC in wrestling, that it's just different than maybe some other conferences. That there's a lot of kids from those schools that'll be going on in districts and to state competition. And so, yeah, having a great time there is awesome for your team, and having some kids be able to get championships there as conference champs is huge too. And then last weekend you went over to Quad State, and so that's a huge one, right? You've got kids from different states coming in, kids you don't normally see. How'd that go on a Saturday over in Maryville?
Yeah, that was a good day. Our Craig Coffey was our only champ for the boys at 215, and he had an awesome match in the finals where he got to wrestle some out-of-state competition that he hadn't seen, and he really got tested, and he was able to come out with a win late in the third period there. And then we had Ruger Johnson took third. He had an overtime match for the third place match, and a couple other close ones that day. Then Ethan Smith, he took second. He lost a close one in the finals against another out-of-state kid, Iowa kid. So overall, it was a really good tournament, really tough day for a lot of kids, but we battled. We saw a lot of competition we hadn't seen, and that's really good for these kids. We also had Talis Marshall. He took fourth. And then on the girls' side, Amber and Serena, they both won their brackets, and they had really good, really dominant days.
And so you've also you've had some kids gone. I know Talis is one of them that was out for a little bit. Where do you feel like the health of your team is right now as you head towards this final stretch?
Yeah, we're getting healthier every day. I say that, and then we had 2 kids sick today, so they're going to be out tonight. But we're getting healthier every day. This weekend, Ethan and Caspian Jinx, they both kind of hurt their ankles, but they're going to work back quickly and should be back in the lineup by this weekend or next week, next Tuesday at the very latest. So we're working in the right direction.
Okay, and so you've got a couple more quads. You mentioned tonight you got Plattsburgh here on a Tuesday night, and then the James Brewer tournament over in Albany, which is a pretty big tournament. Then one more quad at home that we'll have here on Bulldog Sports TV. So as you're getting to this ending of the season, heading towards districts, what is it you're looking for as a coach with each wrestler, making sure they're at their peak heading towards that district stretch?
Yeah, so it kind of gets tricky right here. Every wrestler needs, they're all individuals and they need different treatment. Some kids right now, they need as much mat time as they can get, so we're not holding them out, and they're getting a little more live at practice. Other ones are needing a little rest right now. So we're just trying to make sure that everyone on the team's wrestling their best, here at the end of the year. So just kind of catering to the needs. Practices are changing a little bit. They've been more high intensity, a little longer. We're going to start toning that back a little bit. It'll be more individualized focus. But it's really just about making sure everyone on your team is feeling their best, both physically and mentally, here at the end of the year.
And so wrestling's kind of one of those sports too, that's a little different than some of the team sports. It's obviously a lot of individual. They score as a team, but things are so individual. How do you work with depth on a team? Like you've got a kid, right? If you had a kid that's the same weight as Craig Coffey, or maybe as some of your guys that have been around, Ethan Smith, right? There's a younger guy. He's not going to wrestle unless there's a JV spot. How do you keep those kids going throughout the season to look towards the future as well as the guys you currently have?
Yeah, you just got to try to get them into tournaments where you can, get them as many matches as you can, and then just being positive in the room. Wrestling season's really long for kids who are wrestling, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And it's even longer for those kids that aren't getting matches on Tuesday and Thursday, and they might only get matches every other Saturday. So it's just about making sure the room's staying positive. This group I have right now is awesome. They come in every single day, and there's no heads down. They're not dreading it. They come in, they start off practice before practice even starts, playing games or messing around or having fun, and then there's a flip that they can switch where then it's all business, and they can flip that on and off. And a lot of groups can't do that, but this group is great. They can have fun and they can work hard in the same practice.
And so as you head towards districts, right? Obviously, the goal for a lot of these kids is to place at districts to the point where you can move on to state. Um, and I think it's so intense, and people that haven't been around wrestling, right? The intensity of just those few minutes. And I was talking to Jeremy Van Meter, and he was helping me as we broadcast the last one. And you can watch a wrestling match, and you can have a kid. He's up in points. He's been leading the whole match, and all of a sudden it's the third period. He makes one mistake, and he could get pinned. Maybe just talk about how that's so different in wrestling, right? Because you make one mistake in football, hey, we can come back. We gave up a touchdown. Basketball, something else. In wrestling, it can be over with just one small detail in a match.
Yeah, that's one great thing about wrestling. It's one scary thing about wrestling too. Is it doesn't matter how good you are, you can be beat by anyone at any time. A tech falls when you get up by 15, and I've seen kids up 14 and get thrown to their back and pinned. So, that's why wrestling is so exciting. That's why it's so nerve wracking as a coach, because you could have a kid who's a 1 seed and supposed to win the whole bracket, and he could lose to the 8 seed first round. And it's just something you have to prepare for. You have to be ready to wrestle through every situation, and just be ready to battle all the way through.
All right. Well, Coach, good luck at Plattsburgh. Good luck at the Boer Memorial this weekend. Then we'll look forward to talking to you next week. We'll have you guys on the 10th on Bulldog Sports TV. We appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the season here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, CF.